We're honored and excited. You guys, this has been an amazing conference. I hope you are soaking it all up. I am so excited to share with you a couple of stories. I feel like stories are what people remember, right? I told these people up here, these amazing leaders, I said, you guys, it does not matter what you say, it matters how you make people feel. So we're gonna try to just share with you guys and hope that you walk out of here with some business tips and some great ideas to be able to go to the next level. So, y'all ready? All right, I'm so excited and honored. And honored, yes, we're excited and honored. Okay, everybody, will you please help me welcome Ms. Shannon Dybel from Boston, Massachusetts. Shannon parks a car. She parks a car in a corner in Boston, right?
Wicked awesome.
It's wicked awesome. I love talking to her. I was like, hey, y'all. And she's like, oh my gosh, Ashley, get your act together. Okay, so Shannon, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about your background because you have an amazing story. You really do. So share everybody a little bit about your background.
Okay, I'm a busy mom of 3 little boys. I'm very shy. Would never think I would ever be up here doing this. So I grew up in, my mom was a single mom and she did network marketing my entire life. We lived a beautiful life because of it. We traveled the world. We did so many great, amazing things due to network marketing, but it was something that I never, ever dreamed or wanted to do.
So then what made you decide to join It Works? And tell everybody when you joined.
I joined It Works in September of 2011. When I joined, it was something, I was always looking for something different in my life, but I just didn't know what I was looking for. One day my mom came to me and said she was starting with this new amazing company and she really wanted me to get involved, and I said I was not getting involved. I wanted nothing to do with it.
Famous last words,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I said I would be willing to have a party for her and help her out and have some friends over. To be honest with you, I was just telling my friends, come on over, it's a reason to get out for the night. And that night, I had Cammie Dempsey and Cheryl Johnson fly in to Boston to help my mom get started. And I just watched. I just sat back, I watched. I didn't even try the rap. All my friends were rapping, coming up, loving their results, and I was watching the entire time. I was watching the simplicity of it. I was watching, Cammie and Cheryl just become friends with my friends. And just right there, I just knew I needed to try it and go for it.
I love that. And you went diamond 6 months later?
I
7
did.
months later?
6 months. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yes. My mom came to, I started in September, so my mom came to conference that year and she was really trying to get me to go. I was a mom of 3 boys and I just thought, I can't do that. It's just events. And so I didn't come, but I remember her calling me and saying, you're going to get a $10,000 bonus. And I thought to myself, really? Wow, like, has anyone ever offered you a $10,000 bonus? And I just went for it and did it.
For doing what we're supposed to do anyway. That's
Just
what I
share
love.
a product.
Who does that? Who says, come to work, do what you're supposed to do, and then we'll pay you a $10,000 bonus, right?
Exactly, right.
It's crazy. I love this company so much. Okay, so Shannon, tell everybody what a typical day looks like for you.
A typical day for me is, there's one thing is that every day I work my business, no matter what. I wake up, I put on my It Works shirt. I never leave my house without something that says It Works on it because I own this business and I'm wearing it. And I want everyone in my town and all the towns around me to know
Did y'all hear that?
I am the It Works girl. So if you need any products, I'm the girl to come to. So I think that's important, is always have your gear on, always work in your business. Go out with my children. I don't intentionally go out and blitz. I work this business with my children, and people see that, and that's what people like. The other thing I do is a lot of connecting with my team. I think it's really, really important to make relationships with your team and keep those relationships, because that's what's going to keep your team going strong, and you always need to be there for them.
Right, we talked a lot about the difference between sponsoring and recruiting. That, you know, a lot of people can go out and recruit, but that isn't necessarily, that's not what builds a team. What builds a team is truly sponsoring people, welcoming them in, teaching them the steps to success. Exactly. Teaching them to duplicate themselves. That's how you get to sit on a white couch in a green shirt. That's how you do that, okay? So, what is the best advice that you can give a brand new distributor? I love it, it's my favorite.
There's so many things I could say, but the main thing is keep it simple. That is what turned me onto this business. I always think of, you know, everywhere I go, whether it's talking to somebody, blitzing somebody, a party, always think in your mind that there's someone in that crowd is your next rock star on your team. And that's what turned me onto this business, is the simplicity of it. So just keep it simple.
Right, exactly right. Did y'all catch that? I'm helping y'all. Y'all are writing this down, right? Typing it on your phones? Okay. So here's what I would love for you to do. What would you say, I want you to talk very specifically, okay, to a certain group of people. What would you say to the person who maybe joined this business 3 years ago? How many of you have been in 3 years or more?
Almost.
Y'all turn the lights on? Am I allowed to ask for that? Oh, gosh. Yep. Okay, y'all don't be scared. Don't be scared. I told him it'd be dark. How many of you joined the business 3 years ago or more? Do you see those? That's who you're talking to, Shauna, okay? All right. So talk to these people that have been sitting, that have been in the business for 3 years, that are sitting out there and maybe wondering, am I ever going to be the success that I really want to be in this business? It's been 3 years.
The only way you're going to fail at this business is if you quit. Don't ever give up. You have to believe in yourself. Starting today, if you have any fear and doubt in your mind, right now, I want you to clear your mind of it and tell yourself, I believe in myself, I can do this, and I'm going to do it.
And then tell them my favorite quote that I've been hashtagging. What is it?
Successful people make sacrifices.
It's the truth. It's the truth. She told me backstage, she said, I haven't watched TV in 3 years. Like, exactly. Again, this is how you sit on a white couch. Are you writing this down? You want to sit on a white couch? Don't watch TV. That's the rule. Shannon, thank you so much. All right, you guys help me welcome Kristen and Landon Ike from Iowa. I absolutely love this couple. Got to know this couple a little bit at Dash. We got to have lunch the other day. It was a highlight kind of our weekend, just getting to sit and talk with them. I love being around like-minded people. So they say that you are most like the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Is that right? So if it's y'all, we're in good hands. We love you guys. So excited to interview you. So tell everybody a little bit about your background.
Sure. I was an esthetician for 10 years, and now I'm at home with my babies. And Landon is a police officer in our hometown.
Yes. Love it. Yeah, you can clap for that. So Kristen, when we were talking, you told me you were a huge skeptic, like the world's biggest skeptic about this business when you got started. So why did you decide to join if you were such a skeptic?
Sure. Yeah, I have tried many products. Being an esthetician, we're always trying new things. I always wanted to see what was out there, what was the best. The only reason I tried the wrap was to prove it wrong. And why I joined the business, I still don't really know. Because it was $40 more, truthfully. But I really wanted nothing to do with the business part. The day after I joined, I called my sister and I said, I just signed up for this wrap thing. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know if it works, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm never going to a meeting. I'm never doing a call. I don't want to build a team. And I'm never going to wear an It Works shirt. It's just not my thing. And so for 6 weeks, I didn't do anything.
I love that. And now look, you're at home with your lime green family, on a white couch.
Yes.
So, tell everybody, what was the turning point for you?
Well, during those 6 weeks, I was using my products very consistently, and I was getting great results. Landon was also using the products. We both were getting really awesome results. We were feeling so good. The few people that I did tell about it to, they were getting good results. And at that moment, I realized I am robbing people of the products. I am robbing them of results. I am robbing them of this opportunity if I am not sharing it with them. And I had 6 weeks left to go diamond and get my bonus. And I did. I also ended up going to Seattle boot camp. which Seattle Boot Camp was amazing. I went with 4 girls I had never met. I spent $400 that we really didn't have to just spend on an airline ticket to go. And at that moment, it completely changed my business, my life. I went in a bathroom break, and the women's line, y'all know, is super long. And I was in the corner, hiding on my phone, sobbing, calling Landon, saying, "We're gonna do this. We're doing it." And we did.
I love it. So Landon, I want to hear from you. So your wife calls you crying from a bathroom. That's normal, right? Yeah, that's part of everybody's story. Okay, so your wife calls you, she's crying in a bathroom. You being a police officer, I'm sure that wasn't at all scary, right? With 4 women she doesn't know. Okay. But what was your first initial thought when she calls you and she says, "Landon, we're doing this, we're gonna work a skinny wrap business"?
I started freaking out because she was freaking out. She was bawling, she was a mess, I couldn't understand the words she was saying. I knew she was in Seattle, people she's never met before, in the corner of a bathroom, sobbing. Once I was finally able to get the words out of her mouth, and I just saw the excitement, or heard the excitement in her voice, and she said, "We're gonna do this," and I knew right then where we would.
I love it. So she did do it, and she's worked her tail off, and I know you're so proud of her. I love the way you look at her. It's always with such pride. And tell me how life's changed for you.
We just have choices as a family. I work crazy hours, and on top of that, crazy hours, we always had to, I had to do extra jobs all the time just to make more money, just, they pay well, so I just had to bring more money in for our family. But I no longer have to do that, I can spend that time with my family, my kids, instead of going out on these random jobs just to make some extra money. So, haven't worked an extra job in well over a year.
That options. Never underestimate the power of options. I always say money will not make you happy. It won't. But it gives you choices. And that is the most important thing. That's what I want for my life. I know that's what you guys want for your life. Being able to say, "Hey, we want to work this job at this time, be with our kids at this time." It's an incredible feeling. It's like nothing you've ever experienced, is it? The world tells us we can't do that, but you can. So Kristen, share your biggest aha moment with everyone. I know that's a hard thing to share.
Yeah,
just
it's
one.
hard to pick just one, but I think the moment my business changed the most, and my biggest aha, the biggest thing I can tell you is let fear go. This is not the normal thing. This isn't normal. And I've always been somebody that just kind of wanted to blend in, be normal, do the normal thing. And it was a big adjustment. I have a very, very supportive husband, thankfully, but I have a very loving family, but they don't get this. They're not as supportive as what some people hope for. But once I let that go, and I didn't care about what people thought, I didn't care about who saw my Facebook post, I stopped blocking certain people when I posted, and I just lived the It Works way, and I just lived my life incorporating It Works. It just completely changed everything. So just let that fear go, and when it creeps back in, just go back to your why. Why are you doing this? And that's what I do to keep going.
So Kristen, what is your why?
My why originally was to stay at home. We have another big why on our minds this year, but
Landon, what's your why?
Hopefully it's going to be to come home with my family this year.
Again, it's about options, right? You can't say enough about that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you, Mike, Pam, Mark. We can't say thanks enough. So Kristen, I absolutely love your advice. Letting fear go. That was huge for me this year. It's been big for a lot of people on my team. We had a big weekend with a lot of my leaders, and that just was the theme that kept coming up. And one of my girls, Rebecca, I think of her a lot. Her word this year is fearless. I want to be fearless. And I think when you work your business out of fear, well, first of all, it's no way to work your business out of fear. I talked a lot this year in my teams, working it out of love. You work for love of the business. It changes your business. So letting that fear go, I love it. So I want you to do one more thing. The lights, guys, I'm really sorry. I'll buy you pizza or something, but could you flip those on for me again? Thank you. Okay. If you are on the, wow, a lot of people are leaving. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry. Not to call you out or anything, but that's embarrassing. Did y'all get a special price that I didn't get? I paid $279. I would stick around for everything. It's just me. Okay, so thank you, Let's guys. Okay, so Kristen, if you're on, wait, no. I'm sorry, I need to back up. I wasn't just calling out the people that were leaving. I just noticed them. If you are on the very back row, the very, very back row, furthest one, please raise your hand so Kristen can see you. Will you raise your hand? Can you see him? Very back row. All right, Kristen, I want you to do one more thing for me. I want you to look at all these people with their hand raised on the very back row that are sitting back there, and I want to know your advice to them because it's powerful.
All right. When I was called to do this, my first thought was, last year at conference, I was in that very back row, the very last row of 10,000 people. And I watched all these stories and I heard all of this. I had no idea how my life was going to change in 1 year. And when Mike Matillo says that give it a year and it will change your life, it's absolutely 100% true. Never, ever, ever give up on your dreams.
I love that. Back row in 2014. Hashtag White Couch 2015. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Y'all thank them for me. I appreciate you guys so much. And I would love for y'all to clap again. Help me welcome Miss Christy Bowers from Iowa. Girl. So Christy, tell everybody how you got started in your It Works business.
So I was just watching Mackenzie on Facebook. She kept posting about this crazy rap that I didn't believe in, and it wasn't going to work for me, and I wasn't going to sell it, but I wanted to use it, and I was intrigued. So I watched her for like 3 months, and I think I asked her questions every day around morning, noon, and night. But I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be a part of it. And then, since I was going to use the products, I decided if I did love it and did love the results that I had, I wanted to be able to share it with people. So I became a distributor in July of 2013.
I love it. And I would love to know how many of you got started because of Facebook. Raise your hand. It's a powerful tool, right? You lights guys are on it. Y'all are on it. Thank you. All right, so did y'all see that? You guys, we have to remember people are watching. They watch us 3 months. 3 months you sat there and watched, asked questions. So we never know what people are thinking. We've got to be consistent. So what did you do to launch your business?
When I started, we were still doing, or Mackenzie was still doing the Wrapping Wednesdays, so I just invited a bunch of friends and family there, and I had a great launch party. I had 3 distributors sign, I think, and a few little customers, so I was excited. And then they didn't do anything. One of them wouldn't even respond to me anymore, my messages or anything. So I got discouraged, and I kept using the products, but I took it personally that they weren't gonna work and see the business as I saw it.
Don't you think that's one of the hardest parts of the business? All of y'all. We sign these people up, they come to us, they say, I'm ready, they pay their fee, and they join the party, and then they like enter the witness protection program or something later. No. The struggle is real. It happens. Okay? I want y'all to hear that. Hear that from Christy. She's a triple diamond now, but people quit. And the thing is, it's so hard, especially if you're a person that loves people really deeply, it's so hard not to take it personally. But at the end of the day, we have to remember people aren't giving up on us, they're giving up on themselves. And that's a class, doesn't Jim Rohn say, that's a class we can't sign up for. We don't sign up for that class to try to figure out why people quit, why people give up. We just can't, because we'll never know the answer really fully of why people give up. So you were discouraged, but you didn't stay discouraged, which is the key, right? So you're here on stage as a triple diamond, but what was the spark that really kind of got your business going?
I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I decided to go to my first team meeting. September, it was beginning of September, and I saw people who were just like me speaking. I was sitting in the back row, and I think I got there late, but there were other moms just like me, and I was listening to their stories. They had just come back from Seattle boot camp, and I was inspired again and motivated, and then they started talking about conference and getting our early bird tickets, and so that's when I decided to go all in again, I guess, and try it again. And I went home, booked my ticket for conference, and then my sister joined my team a couple days later. So I was excited and I wanted to do it again.
So things were looking up, huh?
Yes.
Going good, going to conference. And then, unfortunately, tragedy struck your family. So a week after you bought your ticket, correct? Is that the right timeline? So would you be willing to share with everybody and tell them what happened?
Yes. A week after I bought my conference ticket, my son, who was 17 months old, and a twin, he didn't wake up, so my life kind of just stopped again. And I wasn't really thinking about it works. I was a distributor at that time, and the love and support we felt from, I don't want to say just being a distributor, because it's not just being a distributor, because once you do that, you make that decision to join this amazing family who will love you and support you, whether they know you or not. We had prayers from so many people that, I mean, when that many people are praying for you, you can feel it. It's not just out there, you can actually feel it, your heart can feel it. So I think that's when I really fell in love with this company, and I realized what it was all about, because there's not other companies that are like that. I was a distributor. I hadn't even promoted yet. None of my team was working. So, yeah. And then December came, and Ben, I wasn't going to go to conference. I had my ticket, but I didn't want to leave my kids. And my husband Ben, my sister Mackenzie, all told me there was a reason I bought that ticket, and that it was going to change my life going to conference. And I don't know, you hear everybody say that, so I wasn't really sure. I didn't want to leave, but at that point, I think that's where I decided to make an investment in my business. I didn't feel like it was a sacrifice to leave my kids. I wanted my husband home with me eventually, because I just don't want to miss any more time with my family.
Somebody rubbed onions on my microphone before. Can you talk to somebody about that? Yeah. It's a different culture, isn't it? It's a different kind of company. And I'm so glad that I am so glad that you decided to make the investment in your business. You told me that that after Vinny passed away, that you wanted to live every single day with your family so fully. that when you lose a child, it puts in perspective the days that you have, and you want to make the most of every single one of those. And so I'm proud of you for doing that and for getting to the level that you are, so that you do have those options now. Okay, so last question. I would love for you to look out in the audience, and I would love for you to talk to the mom who is here today. You told me you felt a lot of guilt going to conference that first time, leaving your family. So maybe that mom that is feeling guilty that she had to spend money maybe they didn't have to go to this conference, and she had to leave her kids and her husband and her family to be here and make that investment into her business. I want you to talk to that person right now and give them your advice.
I think any mom or any dad as a parent, we know what hard work is. I think raising a child is the hardest job out there, but it's also the most fulfilling. So we already know how to do that, and I just think if you focus and you start dreaming and take this opportunity that you've been given and run with it, you can go anywhere. There's a reason we're all here, sharing this time together, and you're in a room full of like-minded people, and this energy, you have it inside of you now, but if you weren't here, it's not something you can bottle up and take home. It's something you have to feel, and now it's up to you. You're worthy, you're capable, and God put you here for a reason. So take advantage of that and believe in yourself, because you have a company that believes in you, and you have a family here now.
Thank you so much for sharing, Christy. Well, I have so enjoyed talking with you guys. Y'all are amazing. What I took away most from all of you is that you wanted everybody to know in this room that you are not here by accident. So I hope you believe that. But we thank you for your time. Y'all have an awesome rest of conference, and I think it's our cue to just stand up. Is there music?